Welcome to Daily Meditation with Sangha Live.
Hello, dear Sangha, from wherever you are in the world. It's lovely to see you appearing on the chat with all your good mornings. Someone is in Japan. Wow, I wonder what time of the day that is. Myself, I'm greeting you from Geneva, Switzerland. I don't think I told you that yesterday. This is where I live. The weather forecast today says 35, unusual for July. But I know that it's even hotter in Southern Europe right now. So I'm deeply appreciating this early morning fresh air. But before we start, can you let me know if you can hear me well and see me well? Just post something in the chat, if you will, so that I know. All good. Okay, thank you, George. So what I didn't tell you either yesterday was a little more about me, so that you have just an idea of who is speaking to you. Yeah, thank you. I see you saying that you can hear me perfectly. So a few things about me. So I'm Swiss, from the French-speaking part. And so French is my first language. And I also speak English, not as fluently, but since my mother was American. And for 30 years now, I've been practicing meditation, Zen, Vipassana, and now I'm interested also in the Tibetan tradition through dream yoga. Professionally, I'm a psychotherapist. I'm trained in Buddhist psychology. I trained at Karuna Institute in the UK. And I've been teaching on Sangha Live for a few years now. And I also assist Martin on some retreats at Moulin de Charge in his meditation center. What else? I love painting, writing, immersing myself in nature. That's it. So let's come back to our theme. Interconnection through the elements. This month, the theme on Sangha Live is interconnectedness. And this week, we're exploring interconnectedness through the 5 elements: earth, water, air, fire, space. Sometimes our meditation is very focused on our experience. And this focus can be a little narrow or reductive. And sometimes it locks us into our experience because we're making it a little too personal. The interconnection with the elements allows us to connect to something that is wider, larger than ourselves. And it allows us to connect with qualities that open up our experience and our perception. And that can change everything. Yesterday, we started with earth. And we were invited to descend our attention. We were invited to move from a head consciousness, we could say, to a body consciousness. Earth's invitation is to settle, to rest, to connect with what is solid, rooted, ancient, wild. Today, we're going to look at the water element. the second of the 5 elements we will explore this week. By connecting with the element of water, we are invited to connect with what is fluid, with what doesn't have a fixed form. The water element shows us that we can let our experience flow without clinging. The water element shows us that we can adapt without breaking. The invitation of water is that we experience what we are experiencing as if it was a river. Like a river adapts to the terrain it encounters and flows around the obstacles. In Buddhism, water symbolizes non-resistance, impermanence, compassion, and connection to all life, the life that is within us and the life that flows around us. We have an aquatic, I don't know if that's a word in English, an aquatic nature. I just read the other day that the adult human body is made up of 55 to 60% of water. I also read that the brain and the heart are made up of 73% of water. The lungs, 83% of water. Our skin, 64%. Kidneys, 79%. And even our bones are watery, 31%. So water is not an abstract image. It is literally what we are made of. So before we continue, let's connect with our fluidity right here. Let's take a moment to connect to the water in us. So let's close our eyes. Inhale. And imagine the water in you. Imagine its fluid movement. And its ability to adapt to all shapes. And now connect with your experience. For example, with your breath. Let your breath flow through you like a river. Nothing can stop the breath. It flows. Continuously. Sometimes the breath is shallow. Sometimes the breath is fuller. The river of breath adapts to what it encounters. If it helps to have a felt sense of this, you may mentally say, my breath is fluid like water. It takes the form of my experience, moment by moment. In the same way, we can hear the sounds and let them pass like a river. Like a river of sound flowing through you. Maybe you are in a very sonorous environment and you can hear sounds that emerge and then disappear. I am right next to a road and I hear the river of cars flowing through. Sounds emerge and then disappear. And maybe you can also hear the sound of silence, the river of silence that flows through. Or simply by listening to me right now, you can experience that it is possible to let words flow like a river of sound without holding on to anything. Just letting the sound pass through you. You hear, you listen, but it flows through you like a river. In 2021, I was on a boat in Greece. I was traveling with my mother. She was a great traveler. At the time, she was 88 years old, and she still wanted to travel, but she couldn't carry her luggage. So I offered to go with her to carry her luggage. Finally, my son and his girlfriend came too. Happy times. Anyway, with my mother, we were on the boat, heading for the island of Amorgos. The sea was rough. We were sitting in the lower part of the ship, and we were shaken around. We were both sick. And suddenly I had this insight. We are made of 60% of water. And since water takes the form of the container, and my body is the container, what if I let myself flow completely with the sea, allowing the water in my body move with the body of the sea? Meaning to abandon all resistance, release, to let my water nature go with the flow. Allow my water nature to guide me. So for the rest of our trip on the boat, we practiced this with our eyes closed to give up our resistance. And it was good. Our sickness faded. So the application in life could be this. When life or pain resists, and we can't change the situation with our will, because the forces at play are much more powerful than we are, we can practice this, feeling the pressure as we inhale, letting our water nature, our water spirit flow around the pressure, the resistance, allowing our breath to merge with pain and discomfort, not to fight against, but to let what is happening happen. And to exhale into the sea of our experience, exhaling our pain, exhaling the resistance. After this experience on the Greek boat, I woke up in the early hours, meaning that I did finally fall asleep, and wrote these lines. A poem is a kind of invocation to my water spirit. The poem is called Spirit of Water. Here is how it goes. Spirit of water, teach me to fill the gaps, the muddy places, with love. Teach me to flow, to slip through low places where no one wants to go. You move, morph, heal. Make me water, always remembering home. In many traditions, water is a symbol of love. In Buddhism, love is the supreme goodness. Love and compassion are compared to water because of their fluidity. In chapter 8 of the Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu says, The supreme goodness is like water. Water benefits all things without conflict. It resides in the low places that others don't want. This is the way of the Tao. In Taoism and Buddhism, water is the very image of non-dual compassion. It does not fight the wound, it transmutes it. So let's slow down and do a little inquiry. We can ask ourselves, what am I holding on to right now? What would life be if it flowed through me like a stream? Can I connect to calm waters under emotional turbulence? The usual direction of our ego is, I have to fix this. I have to fix what is wrong. But we can also practice letting ourselves be guided by fluidity, by giving in, by trusting our water intelligence, which adapts. Moment by moment, it adapts. By encountering resistance, obstacle, and pain, not to resolve it, but to envelop it, soften it, it transforms. And now let's meditate. Yesterday, I invited you to stand or sit for the meditation. For today's meditation, I invite you to sit or to lie down. Both are fine. So let's settle. Maybe you'd like to move your legs a bit if you're sitting, which I will do right now. And we can start by taking 3 slow, big breaths. Inhaling by the mouth, or by the nose. Exhaling by the mouth. and sensing the ground beneath your body. Sensing through touch. Ground and body touching. Meeting. Kissing. As we did yesterday, coming all the way down. Landing on earth. Sitting or lying in the middle of our life as it is. Resting in the middle of our life as it is. Aware of the breath, rising and falling in our belly, in our chest. Feeling the fluidity of breath. Sensing within you the river of breath, your inner waters, moving gently through you. We are this river. Gently flowing. We are these qualities. We can sense them. The fluidity of breath. The continuous movement flowing through. Adapting to everything it encounters. Meeting moment after moment as it is. Perhaps the breath is shallow. Perhaps the breath is deeper. Like the current of the river. When it meets stones or obstacles, it flows around them. Notice how your breath adjusts effortlessly to your inner landscape. Sometimes shallow, sometimes deep. Perhaps you can sense some tension in your body or some emotion or stress. If that's the case, see if your water nature can soften around it, around this tension, around the emotion, around the stress. Meeting it with compassion. Whatever is here right now in your experience, meet it with your water body. Meet it with flow, the flow of compassion. That fills all the gaps, all the low places. Nothing left out. All is met. Allowing everything to flow through us. Sensations, emotions, sounds. Water meeting everything, holding on to nothing. Water taking the shape of whatever is here, effortlessly. Effortlessly meeting everything. Effortlessly softening everything. Can you feel it through your felt sense? Water. Fluidity. Love. Right here. Felt. Flowing through you. Letting go with the flow. What doesn't need to be held onto anymore. Sensations, sounds, emotions flowing through you. Like a gentle river. The river of life. Perhaps you can sense where something in your body needs to be released. See if it's possible to gently Let it go with the flow of your breath. Down the stream. The letting go always comes after we meet the resistance. We really meet it, takes its shape. Only then does the water, our water body, only then it takes the residues away with the flow. We need to meet everything that is here with love. I don't have a bell with me, so as we close this meditation, take your time, prepare to come back here in the space, gently. Moving slightly your fingers, if you wish. Gently stretching. Staying with the flow. Returning with a fluid presence.
Today's podcast is an offering to you from our archive of freely available live daily classes. We make wisdom teachings and meditations as freely available as possible to as many people as wish to practice. You can help ensure we can continue to support a worldwide Sangha by leaving a review wherever you get your podcasts, by sharing this with someone who'd be interested, and by offering a small financial support at sangha.live/donate.